Redacted83 says, how can you not talk about Taskmaster? Okay. So, all right. So Redacted83, you've been wanting, so you've been texting me. So I'm friends with Redacted83 outside of the show, and he's been texting me to talk about Black Widow. So let's do a little Black Widow, maybe a quick review. What do you think?
I'm down. How many spoilers are we doing spoilers? Because I feel like Taskmaster is a big spoiler.
That is a big spoiler. All right, so you guys, we're gonna be talking spoilers here. We're gonna be talking some Black Widow spoilers. If you don't want to know about Black Widow, if you don't want to hear about Taskmaster, if you don't want to hear our thoughts, tune out and then come back and rewatch at a later time. But we will be talking heavy spoilers for Black Widow. That being said, here we go. Taskmaster. You specifically asked about Taskmaster. I am not... While I didn't love the way that they portrayed Taskmaster, I didn't hate it. Also, I think it bears mentioning at the very beginning of this whole thing, they never killed Taskmaster. Taskmaster is still alive. Her brain is being recalibrated so that now she's going to have her own conscience to do the things that she wants to do on her own terms, right? So she's going to be popping up in a future film. I don't mind that they changed the gender of Taskmaster from male to a female character. I don't mind that at all. Like, who cares? Big deal. What I do mind is that Taskmaster in this film had no personality. Taskmaster had a huge part of the marketing campaign. Whoa, look at the villain that Black Widow is going to have to go up against. And guess what? Black Widow barely fought Taskmaster at all. Barely. The biggest fight the Taskmaster had in the movie was between Red Guardian. And that happened. That fight on screen was in the story was going on for maybe like 30 minutes, something like that. But on screen, we only got maybe about 20 seconds of it because we kept cutting away to other scenes, right? During like their big fight scene. We were told very briefly, albeit very briefly, the Taskmaster has the ability to learn other people's fighting techniques instantaneously. But I also knew that going into the movie, so I was looking for it in the film, and they barely referenced it. Like, they kind of told us, but if you're not already familiar with the character of Taskmaster, the information that they gave the audience was confusing at best. They didn't really let the audience know who Taskmaster is, which I get was like it was like the whole crux of the movie of like, oh, Taskmaster is Ray Winston's daughter that was supposed to be killed all those years ago. Okay, I get that. It's the same problem that I have with the entire Captain Marvel movie. How do you tell a movie about somebody when they don't even know who they are? Anyway. It's a whole other thing. But yeah, so when we're talking about Taskmaster, I have no problems gender swapping the character. That's fine. In fact, probably encouraged, because let's get more representation in there. Why not, right? But she was a mindless drone. I think that was my biggest problem with it, is that she was a mindless drone, and we didn't really get a sense for who she was or why she was important. Why was she even there? Really? I don't know. Dominica, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, all of that sounds pretty close to my feelings about it. I'm glad I knew who Taskmaster, the character, was from the comic before going into it, because I agree they didn't really cover it very well.
No.
And like they could have touched it the first fight, right, between Taskmaster and Black Widow on the bridge, because you could see it. But if you didn't know that that's what Taskmaster could do, then maybe you would be completely oblivious to that's what was happening on the bridge.
Yeah.
I was glad that I didn't have any spoilers about the identity of the Taskmaster before going in, because it was a genuine surprise when the reveal happened. But I also agree, no personality. Taskmaster has a lot of personality in the comics, so not having that in the movie is very different. But hopefully, going forward, Taskmaster will be a very different character.
I have a feeling that she will be. I have a very strong, or even they could do the kind of thing where Taskmaster, it's possible the mantle of Taskmaster gets passed down to another person. Maybe, but I don't see that happening. I see them sticking with, and I don't even know her name, Ray Winston's daughter's character, persona, whatever.
I'm kind of thinking, like, in the sense with the multiverse aspect that we're seeing this phase, with Doctor Strange and Loki and all of that, that it's not that weird to change the gender of a character,
Yeah.
because we already have a female Loki in the Loki series, so.
Well, it's also represented in the comics too. Like, it's in the comics. Like, if anybody read the comics, going into the series, or going into any Avengers movie, that Loki's gender fluid. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a big surprise. But in terms of like big budget movies, and the audiences who go out to see these movies, that does come as a surprise because they don't read the comics. By and large. So, Yes. Anyway, so those are just my thoughts on Taskmaster. I guess we're not going to go into like a full review of Black Widow. That would take too long. But those are my general thoughts as to the misuse of Taskmaster. Let's jump back into the comment section, see what you guys have to say. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Tony Stark's Iron Man would want you to do. Doon,